Ready? And that's it. Action. It's go time. Hey everybody, Ray here with Ash Backwards, and we have a very, very special podcast tonight, live from, where are we? We're in Avon, Massachusetts. It's a beautiful area, home of our friend George. I'm going to introduce all these guys in a second. They're part of a, I guess, a club, right? Basically, Gentlemen's Reserve. Social group. They're not very social, which is ironic, but they only know each other. But we're going to go around the room. I'll just introduce them. To my far left is George. Say hello, George. To my immediate left, Al, right?
Yep.
Okay. And Dave. And Bruno.
Hello, hello.
All right, so anybody, George, maybe start, just tell us a little bit about Gentlemen's Reserve and anything. You know,
Sure.
How you guys met, whatever.
Sure, thank you. Well, how we met, good dates.
Anybody have a lighter too while we're doing that?
Goes a little
You all
bit
light
back.
up? Everybody light up?
Yeah, we're
All
gonna do it right
We're going
now.
to talk about our cigars in a few
Yeah.
minutes. This lighter looks childproof. That's going to be an issue.
Yeah, I mean,
So go ahead, yeah.
we're essentially childhood friends. We all grew up in a part of Boston, inner city, and we managed to stay together as friends for all these years. We developed, an interest for cigars and bourbon, or what point it was Scotch and whatever. So the way this concept came about is that we would be getting together every so often, and we'd always come out of pocket here and there to sponsor or hosting an event that we would do. So we decided to pool our money together just so that we always have some money to spend on a cigar or booze or something like that. And then, that just kind of grew into the interest of this group that we named the Gentlemen's Reserve.
Nice. And so how many years total have you guys been, how long has the group been together as Gentlemen's Reserve, roughly? Do you know?
It's
Yeah,
new, fairly new.
Fairly new?
Fairly new.
With the name, fairly, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't-
But you've known each other.
Probably, the concept has
time.
probably been out there for a year.
Yeah.
The official name and this next step, which is putting events together, is fairly new.
But we've been together smoking cigars and drinking whiskey for probably 5 years.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. And you guys, one of the things I wanted to talk about was a cool event that's coming up, I believe, June 18th. This will be local. I know we're being seen all over the world, in Europe and Asia right now and stuff, but you're welcome to hop a plane and come to this, but it's more for our folks in the Boston area, the Boston suburbs. So who wants to talk about that event on the 18th and what it's all about? Anything?
Kick it off, Al.
All right,
Well, hey guys. Well, yeah, June 18th, we got an event going at a restaurant/nightclub called La Fabrica in Cambridge, Mass. This is the second event we've had there. We had one a couple of months back, and it turned out great. We had a great turnout. A great amount of people showed up. We had some sponsors there. MARVANNY Cigars was also there. They hosted also the night. And the owner of the club was very generous in offering the establishment, for us to host the night.
Yeah, it was great. La Fabrica. I was there at the last event. It was so much fun. A lot of great people. And like you said, MARVANNY, was it MARVANNY? Is that
Correct.
right? The cigar folks that were out there, they're going to be at the next one. Is
Yep,
it right?
they're gonna be in
of course.
Coming up.
Yep.
So, and some of us are going to talk about the MARVANNY cigars as well, that we want to turn people onto those, because in fact, I'm smoking one now called the like OSY, which I had at the event, and it's fantastic. So we're going to talk about our cigars in a minute. So anything else you want to say about the event before we move on?
It was great networking. Great
Yeah.
networking. A lot
Yeah.
of people showed up that we didn't know.
Fantastic.
And we got together, and a lot of people talked, and they got to know each other, and come to find out, a lot of them had mutual friends, or they knew each other from back in the day.
Yep.
it
I
was
got some
amazing.
business cards there and
Yeah,
stuff.
it was amazing.
Yeah, it's really great. So, and we also have some nice contacts for future podcasts, and we'd love to get the MARVANNY folks involved if they're willing and able on a future podcast. So, as we go on, let's sort of talk about what we're smoking a little bit. I mentioned I'm smoking the MARVANNY. It's called the OSY Habano wrapper, I believe. I consider this beautiful cigar, medium bodied, maybe medium plus. to me, this cigar has got like cocoa-y sort of undertones to it, a little sweetness. For those of you who like a woody essence, it has that, and it's a brand a lot of you guys, some of you might know, a lot of you might not have heard of it. These are all from the Dominican, right? Basically, that's where MARVANNY originates.
It's a boutique cigar.
Yeah.
So
In fact, how do we even, everybody asks me, like, what does a boutique cigar mean versus, like, a Fuente wouldn't be boutique, right? Because it's great, they're hand-rolled, but they're sort of more of them in production, they're more mainstream, for lack of a better word. But boutique means sort of more unique, maybe more localized, might not have the same production, but exquisite, rolling and design, and stuff like that. So, but anyway, this is the OSY, and we'll try to put a picture up on the screen right now, like this one for you guys. Anybody else want to talk about what they're smoking?
I have the Oliva Series V.
Oh, nice.
Maduro. It's a very, very, very good cigar. It's the binder is Nicaraguan as well as the filler. Very, very, very good. It has a chocolate note to it.
Oof, nice.
Also has espresso bean as well as cocoa bean. Mm-hmm. It's a full body cigar. Finish, amazing. It's got a smoky finish.
Nice. So it's
like woody.
It smokes well all the way through. Like, what about like the final third? Like, you've had them before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's still
The
nice. That's
notes are
rare.
great. The notes are really, really great.
Beautiful.
And if you like Maduros, this is
I do.
This is a really good one.
Now, can you give us the name again, just so our viewers know?
This is Oliva Series V Maduro.
And how do you spell Maduro?
Maduro.
So it's basically Maduro, darker
Maduro,
wrap, but
yeah.
it looks kind of, it's Maduro wrapper, but almost on the light side of the Maduro wrapper, it seems.
Yes.
But it looks wonderful. Is it limited edition?
No.
Wow, okay. Because I've had the Milanio, I believe.
Yeah, Milanio,
It's very nice, but it smells fantastic.
Yeah,
too,
they've
so.
92 ratings.
Pretty good.
Pretty
There
good.
you go, guys. Yeah. Who wants to? Anybody, guys?
I've got the La Sierra Sea Monkey.
The sea monkey.
That was actually recommended by you, sir.
The pressure's on.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
It's good.
It's by LCA, I think. Limited Cigar Association is the main manufacturer. But we're getting, just as an aside, before Bruno goes on, I'm going to be talking about the cigar on what I call my name is Ray, so it's under the radar, under the RAY DAR YouTube short in the near future. But go on.
But yeah, it's delicious.
Nice, yeah.
Full body.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know much about it, but I think it's
It's a blind, almost like a blind tasting.
Is it like an African?
Yeah. It's it's a very unique Cameroon type of wrapper.
Yeah.
It's it's a very unique flavor. It is like medium plus to full.
Yes, very
When
dark.
I had it, and it's and I'm glad you like the Sea Monkey. Maybe as you continue to smoke it, let us know how it develops during the podcast.
Yes, definitely. Anxious to see what the second, third, and last third.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard when even the tobacconists we deal with, when we ask how they describe the flavors, it's hard for them because they're so unique. There's some people refer it as like a stone fruit flavor too in there, a little sweetness. So anyway, who else wants to talk about what they're smoking?
I have
Who's
the same.
left?
I'm smoking the same that you are.
Nice.
But
The
I can
OSY?
tell- Yeah, the OSY.
Yep.
But I can tell you one of my favorite ones that when I first started smoking cigars 20 years ago
Mm-hmm.
was La Gloria Cubana Series Number 5.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was my first cigar, and that lit the way for what I am today in cigar smoking.
And that's still your go-to.
It's still
Is it
my
really?
go-to. Yeah,
You always go
It's-
back to your first love.
First love.
Or first loves.
I think that I'm more the novice in this group. So I'm learning from Bruno, Mario, and Al on certain things of cigars. I know I learned a lot from Bruno on how to, when you start off, you're just smoking just to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can say that I'm honestly enjoying the cigars that I smoke because now I know what to look for, the flavors, the certain moods. You know, like sometimes you might have a long time where you want to smoke a nice little Churchill, or if you short period of time, what was it, Bruno? Essence of the time, what was it?
Yeah.
When I had the little nub,
Oh.
Are you quoting like Shakespeare or maybe David Carradine in Kung Fu?
I was at a cigar shop.
It's okay to get philosophical. We can make something up. I won't know.
In Western Mass, and I took a picture of a beer in a nub.
Essence of Time.
Essence and Times, and he was making fun of me because it was a small, short cigar nub.
Oh yeah.
But I was pressed for time because the place closes early, and I just got there like 45 minutes before they closed. So
Yeah, and that's a great topic too. We talked about this in a podcast we did a couple of weeks back that you're going to be seeing soon. That what do you do with time constraints? What type of cigar do you purposely choose a cigar that is not the most expensive, but something that smokes well, that's basic, that you don't mind if you toss out halfway through, or if your loved one walks in on you smoking a cigar, you can ditch it right away out the window and not feel guilty.
Never.
That would never happen. Not the wife, but the cigar. Or both, whatever.
The wife would go first.
Yeah, so, okay, folks, that's it. No more sexist comments. No, I'm kidding. We're going to actually try to get not all female, but have a few female cigar smokers or tobacconists on the upcoming episode, which is nice because there's a lot of misnomers about female cigar smokers that, they only like little Panatellas or Lanceros, but I know a lot that love really good, strong, full-bodied cigars, Robustos and stuff. So
Good female turnout for our last event, and we expect one at this next one as well.
nice, yeah. Females, don't be afraid to come out to this event on the 18th because we need the fairer sex to be there, definitely. So.
and as we're growing, we're implementing them on the flyers. Getting cigars that they like, what they're interested in.
Yep, it's a whole thing. And a lot of people don't know the effort that's made into actually creating the cigar. We just go into a cigar lounge or a store and say, I can't believe the cigar is $12, $15, $20, but, and we don't know what's gone into it. So on future shows, we're going to talk about the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into making the whole process because it's an experience. It takes years and years to learn how to roll properly and put out a really nice product. So, yeah. So we've all talked about our cigars.
I didn't go, but
that's right.
I'm also enjoying an OSY by Marvanny. In appreciation because they donated these cigars for this particular event.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Marvanny.
Plus, we've actually come to form a nice partnership with them. We hit it off right away when we met them and partnered up for the last event. And we're talking growth. We're talking future goals. Maybe someday there's a gentleman's reserve cigar in the works.
That would be great. It's every man and some women's dreams to have their own brand of cigar. So if we're successful, it's like a labor of love. We could certainly do that. All right, men. What we're going to do next is a little segment we call Just One Question. And let's think about a question. Each of us will ask the rest of us, okay, one question, not really about a brand of cigar or something, but about the cigar lifestyle and life or a scenario, So let's anybody want to start? Could be a question about anything,
I'll throw one at you.
Yeah, throw one to all of us, to answer. Or it could be me directly.
Same question for everybody?
Yeah, we can all chime in.
What
one
can
question.
ruin a cigar session for you?
Oh, great question. Who wants to start? You mean like at a lounge
It could be
or
like
anywhere
the
with
environment,
people?
maybe the wrong people came around, maybe
Yeah.
you got a bum cigar. What can ruin the session for you? That you're like,
A cold night in a garage smoking a cigar.
Oh,
why are you
wait.
looking at me when you say that? That's what you're asking the question, right?
Just for the record, it's a perfect 74 in here right now.
That was an alley-oop, dude.
Yeah.
But we persevered.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I made it 86 today. What do you want?
Appreciate it.
No, but that's true though. On our other podcasts, we mentioned we all have different opinions about where to draw the line temperature-wise for a cigar. I like to smoke and sit at the same time out on a bench or something or garage or whatever. And if it's below 50, mid-50s, I don't want to do it. I'm just not comfortable. Anything over that. But other people are in the 30s I can do it. Some people said no, the 70s, stuff like that. So, but what would bother me is if I'm in a lounge. Let's say I'm in a lounge, and of course the cigar lounge is a whole thing about cigar lounge etiquette, which we'll talk about in another show. But it's just remember, you have TVs in the background. You can have people talking. It's when somebody is looking right next to you and looking on their cell phone and playing whatever, playing TikTok, a video, their own music really loud. And I think that, to be honest, I think that's really rude because it lacks social awareness, what's going on around you. And when I go to a cigar lounge, I'm guilty of doing distracting things too, but I'm always trying to be aware of who's around me and be very respectful of keeping my things in my space, not letting my items, if I bring a laptop or a book or whatever, or my phone, making sure that doesn't go in somebody else's space. So what about you guys? Could be a pet peeve, like
What would ruin?
yeah,
a
what would
cigar
ruin,
session for you?
or anybody chime in, yeah, like what would ruin a cigar experience if you're like in a lounge, like
Watching somebody dip their cigar in alcohol? That would bother you, Bruno.
That would,
But it wouldn't ruin it.
but it wouldn't ruin it.
yeah, 'cause that's their thing, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I wouldn't do it. It
Yeah,
would ruin
I
my cigar.
might be
See,
friend.
for Bruno, I feel like that's an unfair
Yeah.
question. I think Bruno will enjoy the moment no matter what. Just
Yeah.
keep it moving.
Yeah. Or using somebody's, the community cutter, like if there's a cutter at the desk in the lounge, and people are, using the cigar, then cutting it, and then cutting it again or something, and you have their mouth, you know what I mean? It's
You don't want to
gross.
lick your cigar and then cut it.
Yeah, but we've seen
That's
people
not
do
good
that.
etiquette. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What about you? Anything else that would
No, I
bug
mean
you?
the weather. That's
Yeah.
for me. The weather. All of a sudden it's. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a canopy in my deck, but if I didn't and I went out there to smoke, and I got a really really good cigar, and then all of a sudden it starts pouring,
Yeah.
then that's a no go for me right there. It ruins the cigar.
Yeah. You bring up a good point. Yeah, there are times there's a bench I go to and around the corner from my house to smoke, and it's nice, nobody bothers you, and some people sit down with me and enjoy the smell. But I am cursed because it could be a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky, and I'll light up a double Corona or something, and like 15 minutes in, out of nowhere, it'll start pouring. It's happened several times. Drives me absolutely crazy. There's no place to go. You try to wait it out. Sometimes you have to take shelter, wait till the rain passes. But yeah, the weather's always finicky.
So I hate when I'm at a cigar lounge and typically there's somebody that comes into the humidor with you and is supposed to give you advice. And
Oh, yeah.
if you have any questions, and they recommend a cigar and it's crap,
Yeah,
right?
right. You talking about the tobacconist or just somebody at the lounge?
If he's a tobacconist, if
Yeah.
he's considered a tobacconist.
Yeah, like just employee there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's happened.
unlike the place we go to, the person that helps us there, Big Mike, and all his staff, they're all very
They're great.
all around. And
Yeah.
everything that they've recommended,
Never been steered the wrong way.
never.
And it's funny he says that. Like I would go to Total Wine,
Yeah.
go in there for a cigar, and you ask for questions, and they all look at you like, "I'm sorry, man, I don't know."
Yeah. Well, it's not Total Cigars, that's why.
Yeah, there you go.
That's like
But you're right. That's why.
But at least they should
Big
have.
Mac at Wendy's.
Yeah. But they should have some level of cigar knowledge, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's why, like at a place like Total Wine or places that might have good cigars, they have some decent cigars there. But you have to go in already knowing, either had them or doing the research, because they're not gonna do it. If you want a nice 61 Bordeaux, all right, they can help you. Or a nice Scotch, perhaps. We'll just go to Bruno for that and stuff. So, another question. Anybody have? Let's continue with the just one question thing. That was a good question, though. Anything else anybody wanna ask the group?
Yeah. Okay. Good question.
Yeah.
The best place where you've had your first, or one of your first cigars. The best place you were at. Let's say, either the ambience, the mood, or whatever. But what's the one place that you think of where you had one of your first cigars that you enjoyed the best?
One of your first cigars, as in when you started
Aficionado.
smoking in general?
Smoking in general,
Oh,
that you
that's a good
actually
question.
enjoyed it. Like that was your first cigar that you said, wow, this
Oh,
is where I'm
man.
actually enjoying this really cigar.
Yeah, that's a good
Where
question.
would that have been?
Miami, Florida,
There you go.
2006.
Gee, what a shock, man.
La Gloria Cubana.
What time of day was it? What was the weather like that day?
It was a beautiful, nice, I want to say a good like 80 degrees, but it was like the evening, so it was nice
Oh.
little cool, sitting by the poolside, watching the sun come down, and just enjoying a nice cigar right there.
Yeah.
Were all the guys there?
No, just me.
Just you?
Just me.
But that's perfect. It was
Yeah.
good company.
You go to
know.
Miami by yourself?
I do. Sorry.
You heard it, folks. Millions of people just heard that confession. You know, but that's great, and that's what we're all about here. It's about not just about the physical cigars, literally the cigars, which are great. We love good cigars, but it's the emotion that's tied to it, and the moments. You know, I always say to people when I have a really nice cigar, like, "Are you saving that for an event or something?" And I'm like, when you smoke the cigar, wherever you are, that's the event. You know what I mean? You make it the event. You can have it at a wedding, a party, a bar mitzvah, a get together, which is great. But even picking a time by yourself to smoke it is just fantastic. You know.
Yeah,
It's
I
nice.
think my best cigar, I guess, when I first started smoking was either my deck, your deck, or your garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
The best
I'd say my favorite. I was in San Juan for work,
Yeah.
and I decided just to look around to see if I can get a cigar. I have been smoking maybe a few years, and I ran into a street vendor that was actually hand rolling his own cigars.
Oh, all right.
And I ended up buying like 3 cigars from him. And that night, I left the hotel just to walk around the beach area
Yeah.
in San Juan. I was staying at the Caribe Hilton, and right there on I remember I asked one of the employees. I said, "Hey, am I allowed to smoke on the beach?" And he goes, "Yeah, after 7 p.m. be fine." You can
Oh,
smoke."
nice. Wow. On
And
the
yeah,
beach.
I went, and got myself a drink, and I sat there. And to tell you the truth, it was one of the best experiences I had.
Yep.
It was so calming just listening to the water at night, and the
perfect.
cigar was excellent cigar.
Yeah.
I did it for the next 2 days.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
It's
'Cause
great.
I've been to Italy a few times in the last few years, and that's like 20 years. Been a few times, and yeah, there's downtown Florence, Italy. There's a tobacconist who kind of knows me and sets me up for the whole trip. I talked about this in our other podcast, and it's like you said, it's everything put together. It's like people in the wine business call terroir, which is the ocean, the sand, the surf, the wind, the sun, all these sort of intangible components coming together and making experience really well. So
Nice.
it helps if it's a nice cigar, but it's
Exactly.
the moment, and all that. So yeah, perfect. I'm trying to think of a general. My God, I think it was an Ashton. And I smoked it with my old chum Rob, who I co-host a lot of the podcasts with. He's not here tonight. He's on assignment. I sent him somewhere. I don't know. I hope he comes back. But yeah, we used to smoke on a little wall area in front of a place in Cambridge, Mass. And great people watching spot and stuff, and have a beverage there or a little food, and just watching people walk by and discussing the cigars. And I love when people engage us. 90% of the comments are positive, but you always get that, one
Oh, yeah,
person
it's
who
gonna
did-
happen.
said, "Oh, I find that cigar offensive," and it's like, well, rock on, we're outside, so, that's a whole other show.
Tell
So,
them to pound sand.
yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
not to make another plug,
Speaking of
but
pounding sand.
but I'm gonna make a plug. That's one of the great things of our event that we had and that we're gonna have at La Fábrica, because there's actually an outdoor section which you can't do very much, at least in a group or business setting in Massachusetts. So that's one of the coolest.
Yep. It's fantastic. Again, it's what we're all about. There's incredible. They're going to talk about like cigar and spirits combinations and pairings and the food. I can tell you firsthand, the food's spectacular there. Those empanadas. I love the mini empanadas. They're fantastic. I think I had 30 of them. So I think I won't be having those next. I'll try something else, a vegetarian empanada. But yeah, it's a really good time, and it's what cigars are all about. Cigars, I always say, are the backbone of everything. That might be the common thread that brings these strange bedfellows together, in general. So, and in subsequent podcasts, that's sort of going to be our theme and stuff. So, we're going to start winding down. You're going to be hearing our outro music in a minute, I believe. But anything else you guys want to maybe bring up? It was really a pleasure. I'd say thank all you guys for inviting me over here to
Thank you.
George's
Thank you,
house. And again, thanks for joining us. Ash Backwards Podcast, Gentlemen Reserve, the guys here. And enjoy your day. And we'll meet you
smoke,
in the humidor.
sharing a laugh and a private joke. This is the good life, the easy pace, lost in the moment, time and space. Yeah, this is the good life. This is the good life.
Again, thanks for joining us. Ash Backwards podcast, Gentlemen Reserve, for the guys here. And enjoy your day. And